And Michael Worth and Gary Busey star in this movie. And Michael Worth has a gunfight battle with Dave Thomas right behind me right here. And this movie has karate chops. It has a lot of fighting, but it's a pretty bad movie. It's from 1939. That building was used in Rio Lobo with John Wayne, Gunsmoke 5 with James Arness, Billy the Kid with Val Kilmer. And in 1950, Jimmy Stewart chased Steve McNally right down the street in a classic Western Winchester 73. Chased Steve McNally out of town to get his rifle back. This is a picture of Ward Bond and Ricky Nelson in the movie Rio Bravo, 1958, coming right up the street with the cab. Stood right here in front of this blacksmith shop, would take people's guns as they come into town, and then later on he got dunked in the horse trough. Standing right there just before they dunked him in the horse trough and knocked him out. We recreated that scene in 2007 for John Wayne's 100th birthday. I rode my horse down the same street, got off the same spot, they dunked me in the horse trough, and when they pulled me out, Dean Martin came out in my place. So it's kind of neat how we did it. In 1950, Ronald Reagan, y'all remember Ronald Reagan, right? He used to be an actor, they say. No, he was an actor, pretty good one. He shot this movie called The Last Outpost, sometimes called The Cavalry Charge. But he would help his brother in the Union Army fight the Indians right in front of these three buildings. And this is what the buildings looked like at the time. They were wooden. They had a wooden front. This is a picture of Ronald Reagan and Rhonda Fleming in that movie. He played a Confederate spy in that movie. In 1954, Randolph Scott, one of my favorites, rode right down the street across the bridge in a movie called 10 Wanted Men. Randy rode right across the bridge, turned and went towards the mountain. This is Richard Widmark in Backlash, 1955, having a gunfight right here. Joe McCrae, 1 year later, had a gunfight right here. Ernest Borgnine had a fistfight scene right here on the bridge. Robert Taylor had a gunfight here, Return of the Gunfighter. This really isn't a very safe place to stand. Randolph Scott returned in 1958, Buchanan Rides Alone. Final gunfight happened right here where you're standing in that movie. And then Greer Garson came across the bridge, Strange Lady in Town, 1955. 1956, 310 to Yuma. They came into town right here, in the town of Contention. This is a picture of what the street looked like right there at the time, looking north. That's what the set looked like. This is a picture of Robert Mitchum in Young Billy Young, 1960 shot right here. We shot a movie a couple years ago called Commonwealth, yeah. And we shot a scene right here on the bridge. This is William Shockley, Common Threads, I'm sorry, that's the name of it. And then we did Three Amigos. Do you remember the Three Amigos? In 1986, I'm sorry, 1986. They shot the movie here and they built the set. They put the adobe look on these buildings, changed the look of them. The buildings we had in the middle of town, they gave them a false front. And right here where we're standing, they built an archway in that movie. That's what it looked like when they were during construction. Here's a picture of what the buildings looked like when they were working on them. Pretty cool pictures, huh? And then I'll show you a picture of what it looked like when they got done. This is what the street looked like. The camera's up north looking back right at us. And that's what it looked like during the movie Three Amigos. If you watch this comedy, you'll see a double-wing airplane fly right over across the top of that hotel. This movie went 300% over budget because they goofed around so much on the set they couldn't get anything done on the movie. So all these things were shot right up the street. We're going to move up the street. We're going to talk about some films we shot here recently. We shot 5 movies here in the last couple of years. We're going to premiere one of them next Thursday night called The Cassidy Red. And I'll tell you about some of the other things we shot here.